Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing another get ready with me video, but I want to use products that I've used before that didn't work out and I want to give it another try. Plus I have some new products that I want to try. So if my face looks crazy, I color corrected under my eye, like in the little triangle. So I want to start off with this Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3 palette that I said I wasn't going to get. Because when the sale started, I said I was going to get that Natasha Note I Need a Nude. Then Huda surprised me with the Grunge palette. And then I had FOMO. And everybody on TikTok talks about this palette. The one thing I would say, though, when I opened it, I was a little disappointed the shades weren't darker. For some reason, I thought the shades were darker. And it seemed like this row here is the cool row. And the bottom row, it's the warm row. Now, it has... I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. It has the two cream shades. For me, I don't like cream shades that are like shiny on my lid. I prefer like the matte shades from the Vanessa Myricks Groundwork Neutrals palette. But today I'm gonna try it. So on one eye, I'm gonna use my regular base concealer and powder, and then maybe on the other eye, I can use the brown shade as a base, see how it works out for the sake of Alright, so I went ahead and I put my concealer and powder on this eye off camera, and I'm going to go in with that brown shade. How many of you own this palette, and do you actually use the creams as a base? I like the tone of it. It's nice. It's a nice chocolatey, but I wish it was more matte and not as the magnifying mirror has to come out and not as shiny. Yeah, this is a lot of shine to put on my lids to me, especially if I'm using, but like I said, I'm doing it for the sake of this video. But if I'm going to use matte shades, I don't know if I want like a shiny lid. And I figured the best tool would be my fingers. All right, so let's see how it actually works, and I'm going to compare the two, which one I like better. So you know I'm going to go in with this warm shade right here. The shade on the bottom. This is the darkest shade on the warm row. Okay, a little bit of fallout. So we're going to start with this side. Okay, it's not as deep. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pack it on first before I blend it out. Because I find packing works, at least for me. I feel like I'm able to add a lot of the pigment. Okay, so now you can actually see the color. And I'm going to put some more. And now I'm going to blend it out. I'm dreading putting it on that eye. Maybe I should have just done powder on both, but I've never done it, so let's see. It's a beautiful shade. This is probably going to be my most used shade. Okay. Is it looking patchy? I don't think so. Okay, it's not bad. But I plan to put one of the lighter shades like on the lid, so I think that's when I may run into problems. That sat down a lot better than I thought it would. I'm gonna take the cooler grayish brown shade on the cool row, and I'm gonna go around the edges with it, like right up here, without moving the warm shade. Okay. I'm not gonna pack this on. I'm just gonna keep blending it out. Let's do it on the other side. Let's see how this looks. Would it even show? Oh, it did. Okay, what I would say with the side that has from what I'm seeing, and it's not going on patchy, which is good. The side that has the cream, it's picking up, it's grabbing onto it in a good way. So it looks more pigmented, which makes sense when you think about it, but I was nervous. So now I feel better that I can actually, I can definitely, I can use it. I can use the cream. All right, so now I'm gonna take one of the shades, this shade from the Cool Row. No, this is the Warm Row. And I want to put it right here. Oh. The shades are very, I now see why the girls are raving about it on TikTok, because the shades, because I find I'm more on TikTok now than YouTube. The shades are very, the mattes are really beautiful. I have it, I think it's Dimension 2 palette. I don't love it. The ones that have, oh, I'm so impressed with the side that has the cream. I'm so happy that I can actually use it. And like I said, it's picking up the pigment even better than the, I already like this palette a lot, and I'm so happy because it, you know, it's not cheap, and I didn't need it, obviously, because I have the Danessa palette, but this is good. And yeah, going back to the other one, I found that the shimmers in that palette were so like chunky. I didn't really enjoy that palette. It's just sitting there. I'm probably gonna give it away. Then I'm gonna go over it with this one. Go over this with this as well, because I want that lighter look, almost like a cut crease, because I cannot do a cut crease to save my life. So I'm gonna pretend this is a cut crease. Wow, I love how it's picking up on the cream. I was not expecting this. I was like, how is it gonna work? It's picking up so beautifully on the cream. I'm gonna be using this palette a lot. I'm gonna take the same shade, but you notice I'm reaching for the warmer shades, right? And I'm gonna go in on my brow bone. I haven't finished with my brows yet. I have to finish it because I like to finish it after I'm done with my eyes. I feel I have more of a base to follow, because my brows, I don't know how to do my brows that well still. When I tell you I'm impressed with this palette, I'm impressed with this palette. All right, so I see this white shade and I'm afraid, but I'm gonna mix these two, the warmer looking creamish white and the cool white and the warm white. This is what I'm calling it for my tear duct, and see how I like it. Impressed. Impressed. This is my favorite palette from him so far. Well, I only had one more, so I can't say that, but this is the, I like this better than the other one. This is really nice. And I love how this side played. And I'm doing a full matte eye because it's a matte palette. All right, guys, I'm gonna go in with lashes and liner, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back with lashes and liner on, and I adore this palette already. I think this is some of his best work, my humblest of opinions. This is really pretty. And why I think now it's worth it, it's because I'm gonna use every shade in this palette. I'm going to use every shade in this palette. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful everyday palette. I love a matte palette, and you know, I love the Makeup by Mario, his Master Mattes palette. Right now it's neck and neck. And the texture of the shadows to me rivals Viseart. This is how good they are. I mean, this is good. And I was concerned the palette didn't look as deep as I thought, but I don't think it matters because the shades are so rich and so pigmented. I don't think it matters. And I love the fact that the base worked out beautifully. I don't think you can tell the difference. It doesn't look patchy or anything like that. So I really like this. I think it's stunning. It's a beautiful palette. All right, let's move on to the face. So for foundation, giving it another try, the Haus Labs foundation. I'm laughing because I brought this foundation back and I have repurchased it, not during the sale. I repurchased it a while back, and I meant to use it on camera. because this foundation did not work out for me and everybody loves it. I haven't really seen like a bad review or a mixed review. So I'm like, is it me? So I don't remember what shade I got the first time I reviewed it, but this time I got 460, which is medium deep warm. And I know a lot of you love this foundation. So let's give it another try. This Haus Labs, the Triclone foundation, I think it's called. All right, this is it blended out. It's looking very dewy, more dewy than I remember from when, I don't know why I'm laughing, because me and this foundation, but it looks a little bit more dewy than I remember, but I am wearing my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter underneath. Went on very nice. Has a little bit more coverage than what I remember, because it was a while since I reviewed this foundation. Okay, so now for concealer, I want to try something new. I want to try this Kulfi concealer, one of my faves on TikTok. Loves it. She raves about it. She uses it in a lot of her lives. So I figured, you know, let me pick it up. I pick it up in the shade Lychee Licks. I think it's Lychee Licks. This was like $26, not bad. And I had never heard of them until I saw her use it on her live or her videos. Now this shade Lychee Licks is a little darker than I would like. When I saw it, I was like, because it looked a little lighter, because I didn't want to go too crazy and go too light, because that's always been sometimes an issue, but I do love a bright under eye. But it's fine. Let me swatch it and show you guys. It has a nice golden sort of undertone, but it's a little darker than I personally would like. But let's go ahead. Oh, the applicator is like short. She raves about it. Yeah, it's looking just like my skin. If I like it, I'm gonna get a lighter shade. So this feels like really creamy. I love the texture of it. It's like so creamy. If you guys own this, let me know. Suggest a shade that you think would be brightening under my eye, especially if we're shade twins, because I like how it feels already. It's so creamy. Just wish it was a little lighter to give me some brightening. The creaminess of it, very, very pretty. Oh, and by the way, I used the matte black in the Patrick Ta palette to set my liquid liner, and there was no fallout. The Makeup by Mario, the Master Mattes, there's some fallout. That's why I don't like to use it, so I'm quite happy with that. I like this concealer. My initial, I really like it. I wish it was a little lighter, but I do like it. Today I'm gonna go in with my LYS. This is in Strength for my contour. This concealer is a beautiful shade if you're just concealing. It has the right amount of warmth. I just wish it was lighter, but I'm liking it so far. So I'm already thinking I'm gonna try to order a lighter shade so I can brighten. It's looking, and the Haus Labs foundation, it's really looking healthy and beautiful on my skin, right? So maybe, you know, I'm not gonna regret repurchasing. All right, so I'm gonna set my under eye, and I'm gonna do what I saw the same girl that I like do. She uses a loose powder, and then she goes in with her Huda powder. I've never done it like that, so I'm gonna do it like this today. So I'm gonna start off with my because I don't really love the Huda loose powder. I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me. I can't believe how much I love this little powder, and it's drugstore. I hope All right, now I'm gonna go in with the Huda, her Easy Bake Press Powder. Love this powder. I really hope I don't regret doing it this way. Oh, looks nice. Oh, I like this. And this is in the shade Kunafa. I'm gonna have the products listed in the description box. All right, guys, I'm back with bottom lashes done, and I'm just loving this palette even more. It's really beautiful. And the Haus lab is not looking too bad. I'm feeling a lot better about my decision. All right, so giving products another try, here we go. The Givenchy Prisme Libre, hope I'm not butchering that powder. Everybody raves about this powder, so I purchased it. At my first impressions, I didn't like it. I have very dry skin, but for some reason, I don't know what it set. My skin just looked very oily and greasy. And then the pink, I have shade 6. Then the pink part, this part, the pinkish looking part, just made my skin look sort of pinky. So what I did, I covered the 3 other shades, the holes, and I poured out as much of that pink as possible because I know no amount of trying would help with that pink thing it gave me. That cast. I literally looked like a pink cast and I hated it. So, but I'm gonna try it again. So now this is what it looks like. It more looks like a regular powder, but I know it's mixed in with the other shade. So I'm gonna give it another try. But initially when I used it, I didn't like it. And a lot of people are saying it's like the best powder, blah, blah. So I figured I have it. I'll give it another try, so. Cause I'm looking pretty oily still. All right, it does look, I can see that I powdered. Because like the first time I used it and all the pink and stuff, it didn't look like I powdered. It looks a lot better today. But I'm gonna have to wear it, you know, to really make up my mind how I feel about it. But right now it's okay. And it didn't mattify me too much, which is good because I don't want that mattified look since I already have like dry skin. All right, I had to let my dog back in. All right, so for powder bronzer, I have a new bronzer, the Jaclyn Hill, her pressed powder bronzer. I was in Ulta a few weeks ago and I picked it up, but I wanted to use it on camera. I have the shade Daycation. I didn't know she had a bronzer. I swatched it in store, but you know those lightings. I haven't used it since, and it looked really pretty. This is what it looks like. Has a similar shade to the Pat McGrath, right? So this is what it looks like. Has a pretty shade, so I'm anxious to use it. Feels nice and soft and buttery. So let's see how it looks on my skin though. More importantly, and I'm using my Makeup by Mario brush. Oh, it has a nice bronzy sort of, yeah, this is definitely more of a bronzer shade than a contour shade. So I feel like I'm literally bronzing and not so much contouring. It's pretty. I like the shade. Like when she gets her stuff right, it's right. She didn't get that concealer right, but I'm not gonna hold it against her. Okay. Looking a little patchy on my forehead. Like I have to like really blend it, right? To get it in. All right, so for blush, I'm going in, I've been, well, not obsessed. This has been my Patrick Ta She's So LA. His dual blush has been my go-to ever since I rediscovered it. I can find my brush. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Has a nice neutral kind of tone. All right, And then the cream part, I use a sponge with the cream part. Oh boy, I'm here cracking myself up. All right, I'm gonna set my face and then I will be right back. All right, so I'm gonna highlight. I still don't know how I feel about this powder. I feel like my face looks like it didn't pull my face together. Is it just me? You guys are gonna let me know. All right, so for highlighter, I want something like bronzy. So I'm gonna start off with this Hourglass palette. This is volume 3. And of course, I'm gonna use the bronzy highlighter. And I'm gonna keep it like around the apples of my cheek, not my cheekbone. I feel like I like highlighter there, like instead of high up on my cheekbone. And then I'm gonna go over top of that because I'm gonna be extra with the MAC loose highlighter in golden bronze. Everything is gonna be listed in my description box because I want that pop of like that bronzy look. All right, so for lips, I went in with my Juvia's Place lip liner in Cola, and I purchased these Juvia's Place lipsticks. I was sleeping on these. That same girl I was talking about from TikTok, she uses them quite a bit, and I was like, why don't I go to Ulta? So when I went to Ulta and I got that Jaclyn Hill bronzer, I picked these up and they're beautiful. But the shade I like, I think it's called Nile. Yeah, this shade here. It's like a beautiful warm chestnut shade. Look at this shade. Like, let me know if you guys own this lipstick. It's so pretty and the formula is beautiful. I wore it the other day and I was like, wow. Isn't this a gorgeous shade? And it's so buttery and creamy, and these are reasonably priced, and I'm like, Juvia's Place, but they've been doing their thing. Oh, it's almost finished. I would definitely repurchase this because I love the fact that I don't have to sharpen it. All right, guys, this is the finished look. I love, love, love this Patrick Ta palette. Love it. I think this is my best purchase from him. And of the 3 palettes that I purchased, I like this the best because it's all mattes. I'm going to use it every day. I think it's perfect. I like the Haus Labs foundation. It looked much better today. When I wear it, I feel like I would keep wearing it to see where I'm at. I don't know if I'm in love with it, but I feel like I like it today. I really like the Kulfi concealer, and you know what, I'm not gonna get a lighter shade. I always do that because it looks fine. I'm just gonna use my Huda powder, which is very brightening, and I'll be fine. I really like it. It didn't crease or anything. It's nice and creamy. Yeah, I don't see any creasing. Nice and creamy. It's a beautiful concealer. I do not like this powder, so that's it. This is my final go around with this powder. I'm not going to be using this powder. I don't like it. To me, I don't like how it made my face look when I put it on. I felt like my face was looking a lot better before I put this powder on. I feel like it's doing nothing for me. I think it's, I don't know, it's just flat. I don't know if I have the wrong shade, but I don't want to try the other shades, and it's not a cheap powder. I don't really like it. The Jaclyn Hill bronzer, I feel like it needs a lot of blending because even when I came off camera, I was really going in with my my sponge because it can look a little patchy. I don't know if maybe because my skin was a little dewy, it didn't sit right on top of the Givenchy powder. I don't know, but I think I would really have to go in there to blend it out. But I like it, and I like the shade. Love these Juvia's Place lipsticks. Oh my god, I'm so glad I purchased this shade though. It's the warm chestnut of it. It's so pretty. So overall, you know, I like how everything looked. I just wished I hadn't used that damn powder, but I used it because I was, you know, giving products another try. So that was the last. I'm not using it again. I don't like it. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Hope it wasn't too long. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.